Clash Royale has had cards that were never released, and glitches so broken they almost ruined the game. Today, we'll go over incredible things you didn't know about Clash Royale. The back of the Electro Dragon lights up in a sequence, letting you know exactly when it will fire. The Rascal of Rascals is actually bald, as seen in one of Clash Royale's animations. Yeah, you'd probably be better off not knowing that, but oh well. It's still a cool fact. Back in the day, the Expo was more annoying than it is now. It used to target air troops during their initial launch phases. Seriously, can you imagine that today? The Healing Spirit was one of the first cards to replace another one called Heal. This fact is referenced in its description as RRIP Heal 2017 to 2020. Heal was the first card in the entire game that Supercell removed because players simply didn't find much use for it. One of the early versions of Clash Royale before launch featured a roundabout in the middle instead of the beloved bridges. The game would have been completely different back then, but I think it would have been cool to see an arena like that as part of a challenge, or who knows, maybe a different game mode. The mini PEKKA used to have a deeper voice. But what a distinguished gentleman he was. It's said that the royal ghost seems to have a throne under the arena, which makes sense because he's the king's ghost. He's also the Blue King's dad, and his undead troops are usually in the underworld, so it all fits. The Goblin Drill was inspired by a Clash-orama episode where goblins planned an elixir heist by drilling a tunnel under the elixir storage. Such a cool reference. The goblins tunneled straight to the surface and emptied the loot so fast that no one noticed. When the magical chest was created, it was truly magical. It had great odds of getting a legendary card and was relatively cheap compared to the super magical chest. Nowadays, it just sucks. Writing this fact hit me hard. The Expo used to glitch and attack your own tower. This was a very difficult bug. Happy April Fool's Day. Oh wait, that was several months ago. The bomber is just a wall breaker from Clash of Clans, as indicated in a loading screen tip that says, "One day, the wall breakers realized they could do much more damage by throwing the bomb instead of sitting next to it." Imagine that. According to the knight's description, he's a distant cousin of the barbarian. Plus, they used to have shoulder pads painted in the team's color, but they were later removed. That story is deep. The Heal Spirit can fly over the river, making her a true angel. Back then, skeletons spawned in a square formation with 4 skeletons: Larry, Barry, Harry, and Litot. Seriously, Litot. Anyway, Litot was later moved to the skeleton army, buffing it a bit and nerfing the regular skeletons. The melody that plays when deploying the graveyard is an excerpt from Clash of Clans battle theme. You're a true Supercell nerd if you recognized this before. Seriously, mad respect. The Elixir Golem card's description states that it splits into 2 mini Elixir Golems when destroyed, and it makes sense. Originally, the Elixir Golem was supposed to look like this and was also meant to be a legendary with a cheeky description that said, "Spend all your elixir to determine the stats based on the amount." The Choice Chest is possibly the most appealing and best-looking chest Clash Royale ever released for when you were playing in leagues. In the game's early years, you could also unlock the Ultimate Choice Chest, which literally guaranteed legendaries